And for more on this, we have our correspondent Amritpal with us. Well, Amrit, this is an extremely important visit as many joint statements and signing of agreements are expected. Can you tell us more?
That's right, Lipakshi. Various agreements are expected to be signed between the two sides after Prime Minister Modi and the Kenyan President William Ruto finished their bilateral meeting, which is currently on. They are expected to make press statements after that as well. Now, the agreements, we will know once they are signed and announced, but they would be on very multifaceted issues ranging from digital public infrastructure to agriculture to joint manufacturing. As William Ruto said, in vaccines, we could have a defense component as well. So it is quite a broad relationship that the two sides share. Also, it's important from the point bilaterally, of course, from trade and investment point of view, from joint ventures, from defense, from maritime cooperation, from cooperation in digital public infrastructure, telecommunications. There is a huge, a wide canvas of the relationship. But apart from that, from a strategic point of view, both countries are very important for each other, especially that India has emerged as a leader of the global South. So Kenya being an important country of the African Union, which was added to the G20 at the New Delhi summit, Kenya, being an important country of the African Union, will play an important role in that. So from a strategic perspective, it is important from a global perspective on strengthening the linkages between Global South, which the Global South leaders have said both at the Voice of the Global South Summit and also at the G20. This visit is important. And secondly, it's also important from the point of view that reform of international institutions would figure significantly in the talks. So from all these perspectives, this visit is important, and the agreements would be signed on the lines that I told you about. Lipakshi?
Of course, as you also said, we know that the bilateral talks mainly aim to foster the robust partnership between the two nations. Amrit, as the Kenyan president also reiterated in the morning, can you give us more details about that?
He spoke about the friendship between the two countries and the friendship going back to pre-1948, even when Kenya hadn't become independent. India has a lot of investments in Kenya. India, in fact, is the second largest investor in Kenya. So, the two sides would want to, as the Kenyan president said in the morning itself, about the basis of the relationship being strong, would want to strengthen the trade and investment aspect of it. In fact, he's today taking part in a trade and investment summit with the private players. So there is a lot of private investment which is into it and is an important component of the relationship. Apart from the G2G collaboration, there is a lot of B2B or business-to-business collaboration. So the Kenyan president would want to work with the Indian government, where the two governments could facilitate more private investment and trade flows into each other's country.
Also, Amrit, this trip to India comes right after President Ruto's visit to Dubai for COP28. What is the significance? What does this highlight?
Kenya, both Kenya and India, like developing countries, have convergence of their interests when it comes to how the climate negotiations should proceed, be it on technology transfer, be it on international financing, especially by the developed world, given that these are countries of the global South. So the Indian position and the Kenyan position is quite similar, and they converge. So right after COP28, this issue could figure in the discussions today between the two principals as to how they could, strengthen the voice of the global South, especially of the developing countries, on the issue of climate change and how it should go further. Lipakshi.
All right, Amrit, thank you so much for that update, and we'll keep coming back to you for more later. And moving on,